Hello, everyone. More lives. Let me close this. You guys enjoying this plethora of lives I've been doing? Let's just adjust here. Let's get this set up nicely for a decent video. I'm prepping for the Lamley Awards. I'm going to be filming the first Lamley Awards video, and like I said, I've been trying to reactivate the Lamley Live channel. 3 lives yesterday on Lamley Live, plus the mini GT video. Hopefully you guys saw that on the Lamley YouTube channel. A lot of comments about that awesome holiday Bentley. And then tonight, Lamley Awards. It should be tonight, provided I can get everything done. I've got to not only finish the video, but I've got pictures to take. And I have supers to open. I can't do the video if I don't have all the supers ready to go. So I was just going to open them and put them in with my setup. You can see I've got all the supers in the background there, not on the display, but on the Dream Customs mat. And excuse me. And so I was like, well, I mean, I can go live again. You know, if we got some friends here, we'll open these up. We'll talk supers for a little bit, and then I'll shut down and sign off and finish up the rest so we can get the Lamley Awards going tonight here in a few hours. So, and get you guys all voting, right? So we got the UK signing in. I see some other comments, which is cool. So I, just to show you guys what I do, I keep these cases, and I don't have everything kind of set up, but I keep these cases, I keep the supers together, and it's kind of hard to see here, but if you look on this side, I actually pulled some out, but you can see these are the basics, the basic versions of the supers I've got. There's the Ford GT, the Skyline's right above there. You can't see it if I actually do it down like this. You guys can see that there's last year's regulars, and then on the other side, matching them, are the Super Treasure Hunts. Now, the reason it's blank down below, and I actually have the Z because I'm starting the 2021 group. You can see it's blank right here on my Carney display on the wall, and that's because I actually go most recent up top, and I push them down through on that last column, and I actually pulled them out, obviously, because I'm going to do the Lamley Awards. So that's how I keep myself organized. North Carolina signing in, Trinidad. Nathan wants the purple GT3 RS Super from last year. It's pretty sweet. So, so let's go. If you can't, I can maybe push the lighting back here for a little bit so you can kind of see. But if you look real close here, I'll get my box opener. There's the Skyline. It's hard to see in the dark. There's the Ford GT. What is that? The Jeep something? Jeep Willis? What is that one called? Now I'm curious. Jeepster Commando, right? Porsche 918, Honda CRX, RX-7, Mazda RX-7, Nissan GTR, Audi Quattro, Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. I've got this one is blank, and that's the 57 Chevy. So Mattel sends me the supers, and then right about, these were the last 2 they sent, and right about here is when COVID happened, when they were sending them to me, and there's no one in the office to like get one and send it over, so they've been finding other ways to get them to me, and plus I found a couple, and so that's how we're gonna do it. So I've just got to open them up. Usually I would do the showcase with them, and so so one of the ways they did it, I'm gonna pull this lighting back now, is by sending me the factory sealed sets so I could open these up. So this one actually has a crack in the blister I never noticed. See that? So even makes it even easier to open it up. I'll put on the, if you want to see, there's the regular version of the 57 Chevy Rod Squad. Really cool car, and the Super is really nice. I'm not going to make any comment on which one I think is the best, because that's for you guys to vote, and then I'll unveil my favorite later. But it's a tough one. So here I'm going to, screen was shaking. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these out here. open this one up here. So if I put it here on the screen, you guys can see me doing it. Opening supers is becoming an easier and easier prospect. So this is actually a really cool super. We'll get into it, but here's the regular version. See, it's just pink on top. This one actually has this kind of rust look all over the back and on the roof, and then they have the what is it, the 427 there on the top on the hood. So it's a cool super in this kind of Spectre Flame pink, and I love the Real Riders on it too, going with the Steelies on it, the kind of gold Steelies. Greg Patrick saying, I think the Demon and the Ford GT. Remember, guys, you're my small group here on Lamley Live. Make sure you vote. Comments, people will make all these comments and they'll say, oh, I think it's this one, this one. I was like, I don't care. I mean, make the comments. I want to see your reasoning, but if you don't vote, nothing counts. You got to go, and there'll be polls. There'll be a link to the poll. It'll be so easy, I promise. But you got to vote for the one you think is best. And then you'll vote for the one you think is worst too, and that's going to be a tough call too. I think I have some ideas of what I think might win, but we'll see. So you're voting twice. Hope not. I mean, some people get around it by setting their internet again, but you know, just vote once. It's fine. There'll be thousands of votes. All right, so that is, and I can put these together. The super and the regular. So, and we'll go ahead and fill that one in here in a second. So I'll put that one off to the side, and that one goes right there. All right, next one. So now I filled in that one gap. Mattel never sent me the 57 Chevy, but they did send me the truck and the Galaxy. And so there was only 3 left that they weren't able to send me, which is the Demon, the Pagani, and the Chevelle, right? So let's get to the Demon now. Actually, I opened up, you know, they sent me the factory sealed set so I could get the Demon, but as it turns out, I actually found it in Walmart. Let's put the regular version up here. Found it at Walmart. I had not found some supers, and all of a sudden I got red hot. And I started finding supers, and I found, I don't know if you guys saw this, I found 5 in one day. What was it? 2 Porsches, 2 Galaxies, and 1 Chevy truck. So I had all of them, but this was set off by me finding this Demon at Walmart. It was just sitting there on a display, just right up front, kind of like positioned like this, and I saw the gold, and I was like, well, what do you know? How often does that happen? So, I've been looking forward to this one. So this is the actual one I found at Walmart. You see it doesn't have the factory sealed sticker. I put that one away. And I'm going to open up this one. Plus, I like this one. There was a kind of a variation in the yellow. This one's a little bit of a brighter yellow. So I'd rather have this one open. So let's put this off to the side and open it up. If you guys want to see it, there's the Super Treasure Hunt symbol, because it's 25 years of the supers this year. Congratulations, we're celebrating 25 years of treasure hunts, and you just found one. I did? Awesome. All right. Let's get the blister out of there. Check this one out. Pretty good looking, this one. Gold is awesome. So what's the addition here? There's not much, just the, what is it? Treasure hunt symbol. Everything else is the same, right? Obviously the wheels, but there's no additional deco. All the decals appear to be the same. That's a nice one. That is a nice one. I'll put that off to the side. We'll let that one roll. This is the NK Super, right? MM126 likes the fat Real Riders. Yeah, look at that. We've got slicks in the back, treads on the front. That's funny. They do what they can. All right, let's put that one over here. And let's go with the P-Case Super. So this one, if you guys remember, I did the video Let's see. I'm looking at your guys. Some of you guys are making comments that when you found supers. Yuri found the demon. Lotus says he was being shoved out of the way. Well, I don't know if you're being. Hopefully you weren't being shoved out of the way. Did people find supers when you were there at the Kroger opening? All right. So this is the Pagani Huayra, right? Roadster. So this one's an interesting one. There's the regular version. You've got the stripe on the back. You got that detailing with the tail lights, and then you've got this black stripe that runs across the front. It's a pretty nice version in green. And then the Super is right here. So I'm getting this one from the factory sealed set. And if you remember, if you look at this one, this card got pretty crunched. We had some real damage. I think somehow the box like fell or something. And I was doing that. I was going through the factory sealed set, and we were discovering more and more cars damaged. And remember, we saw this, we kind of opened up the box and there was this crunched card like this. We couldn't tell if it was the regular or the Super, and so I just flipped it and it was the Super. But it doesn't matter because I was going to open it, so good thing, right? Okay, so let's get the regular out of the way. Let's take a look at this Super. Ripped. So this is a really, really bright green on this one. Never realized how pearlescent the paint on the regular was. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Crocker's Locker sold the Super. You guys, I know this, and now I'll say this. Now there's the TH symbol on the back. If you're buying illegally, like from the factory, you know, from factory stolen items, that's one thing I would say no. But Super treasure hunts, and I will stand by this comment. Super treasure hunts, one of the great reasons to find them. I built a lot of my collection on finding, at the time they were just treasure hunts, but they were essentially the super treasure hunts, the real riders. I don't have one iota of a problem. And I've always said this, if I came across 10 supers in a bin one day, I'd buy every single one of them. I came across 100, I'd buy them all. And I think everybody who does, whoever finds supers, should buy them all. It's a totally different thing than just saying all these Porsches are cool, I'm going to buy them all, even though, you know, they're very common. If you find supers, buy them, and like don't get them illegally. You know, there's still people that do that and it drives me crazy. But if you found a ton in the store, and people criticize people like, "Oh, you found 5 supers and you bought them all. What a jerk!" No, 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 no. That's a great way to build your collection. Because if you find those 5 supers, let's say you keep one, or let's say you're not interested in any of them, trade them, sell them. Sell those 5 supers. The money you make, go and buy the cars you want. Build up your collection. Or trade them for the cars you want. And build up your collection that way. Because there's always a demand for supers. It's just really, really smart collecting. It's just it's not scalping. I mean, I guess technically you could say it is, but I remember I found a bunch of these really nice treasure hunts, and I sold them or traded them and got a bunch of stuff I wanted. And then you eventually sold and traded some of those things that I didn't have interest in after a while, and was able to build up to some really cool stuff. And I just think, like, that's why you guys will see me sometimes when people talk about scalpers. Drives me crazy. Yes, there are people that go into stores and buy everything they can, but most of the time they're not. Most of the time they're not. It's just you got into the store and someone beat you to it. And if someone's going to get up and go hit the stores overnight, more power to them. Like, I'm not going to do that. I don't have the desire to do that, nor do I have the wherewithal to do it. I'm too busy. I have too many important things to do. But when I walk into a store and find a super and it's not necessarily something I want, I'll sell it, use that money to buy something I want, like an RLC car or something like that. So I'm glad the guy whoever made that comment about selling for $50. If you got any criticism, don't let it. You let people pay what they want for those supers and use that money towards something else. I think it is super smart, because there's just not going to be a time when someone walks in and there's a bin full of supers and they buy them all. I guess if that ever happened, that happened once. One guy found a case full of them. I think it was a promotional thing by accident that got out. But anyway, I know I've just been doing this while the Pagani's rolling around, but that's what this channel's for, is for me to go on these little rants. Scalpers, most people say, oh, scalpers got to them first. No, It's just a person who found it before you. I'm a collector. I found those 5 Supers the other day, and if someone wanted to come into that store afterwards and say there was a scalper who found them, then I guess they're calling me a scalper. So anyway, it drives me crazy. There are scalpers out there. I get it, but not as many as we think, and we just all want to think that the person who found the model before us is some sort of jerk. It makes us feel better. I don't know why we do that when it's just cool that someone found them. So we should always celebrate someone finding this stuff. Even the person that goes out overnight, even the person who gets up at, and is at the front door at Target every morning. That person wants to live their life that way. You know what? Celebrate it, because all you have to do, if you're really that adamant about it, is go do the same damn thing. Right? Anyway, I'll get off my high horse. Real scalpers are the dudes who take all the main lines out of the marketplace for $10. I get it. I get it. There are some out there, and it's a bummer. But I'll tell you guys, most places I go, and even places like, oh, it's really easy in Utah. No, there's plenty of collectors out here. Most people will buy stuff they want. They might buy a couple extras of the cars they think are cool. But I have not had a problem finding anything, except for those like Supers and stuff. That's a different monster. But most premium stuff, most basic stuff, I'll find it. And I leave it because I already have it. So, all right. All right. There's the Pagani. So, how about that for a long-winded rant? Couldn't do that on my regular channel. Pagani looks really nice. I really like that color. So let's put that over here. And then one last one. So there's the regular of the Chevelle Urban Outlaw, Magnus Walker's kind of deco. I don't know any collector that passed on a Super treasure hunt. There isn't one. I promise you, every collector that finds a Super buys them. There's no doubt. I've left ID chases before, and I obviously leave regular treasure hunts. I never buy regular treasure hunts. Unless it's a casting I really want, and that's very rare. Wasn't there a combi, a couple years ago? And so I rarely buy. Thanks, Dad. I rarely buy the regular treasure hunts, but I do buy Supers if I find them. And I don't know anybody who's ever passed on one. Anybody says they are, maybe that's true, but I doubt it. All right, so that's the regular Chevelle. Here is the Super treasure hunt. I didn't go with the factory sealed on this one either, because if you remember, I got an extra Q case and from Mattel, and there happened to be the Super in there, so I figure I'd save the factory sealed card because it's kind of cool, and I'd open up this Super. Casting I love, deco not so much, but it's a nice Super when you talk about enhanced versions of a car. So let's open that up. So I haven't seen all your comments while I was ranting and raving. Oh, that looks nice. But I'll go back and look at them and see if you guys agree with me or not. You don't have to agree with me, of course. Look at that. I like that Spectre Flame. I guess that'd be a light blue. And it's got that satin color on the regular one. So the extra deco on this is just the Urban Outlaw on the roof. See, I don't think there's anything. Obviously the wheels are a major upgrade. But I think everything else is the same, right? Steven agrees with me. You still see the Nissan set sitting in stores. That's good. It means if you want to buy it later, you can. I've seen plenty of the Gasser set that I've left, and plenty of the new one, right? Whatever it's called, the Vintage Racing or whatever it's called, Classic Racing. You like the Chevelle better than the Galaxy, says Greg. Yeah, it's a nice one. There, Red Goat. There's a great story. Found 5 Borla Mustang Supers in one stop. Took them all, traded for Supers I wanted. Perfect. It's a great. It's exactly how you should do it. It's exactly how you should do it. Those Supers that I have found, those extra Porsches and everything, they'll be sitting in my thing. One day I might decide just to sell them, or I might decide to trade them for, like, if I'm not getting all the Supers from Mattel and I need like that 300ZX or something, maybe I'll trade them for that, you know. It's just good to have that in your back pocket, you know, when you need it to get stuff you want. It's how we collect, right? We always, I think we criticize people too much when we'd be the first person, like, oh, it's like, just, You know, you want to get mad at them. It just makes you feel better because that person found it and you didn't. But it just is what it is. Hot Wheels has to make a premium Bentley GT3, no headlights on the mainline looks bad. I agree. How you choose best and worst super for Lamley Awards? Well, type R typical. That's your problem. Because it's not going to be easy, right? There's some really nice ones here. Here, we'll go through them real quick. I'm not going to make much comment because this is just I'll have the actual video ready with the poll here hopefully tonight. So there's the Skyline. I'm looking at your comments while we're doing this. In all truth, they're toys. We don't get the ones we like. We'll live. Good point, Greg. So that's the Skyline. Love that one in gray with the gold trim. I love the rims on it. I'll just tell you what I like about all these because I like all of them. There's the Ford GT. I think a lot of people are a fan of this one because of the Golf. And it does look good with that orange stripe and Golf deco. So I should tell you too, like maybe, and I'll just do in this video. So I actually did find one of these. These are the ones I opened from Mattel. I did find a Skyline at a Dollar General, and I almost left it by accident because it was kind of in the back. Dollar General doesn't have, they kind of get messy, and I saw the Skyline back there, and I pulled it out, and the shadows made it look that I couldn't see the gold on the rims, and I put it like so. I kind of pulled it out kind of from the back to just like I didn't take it off the pegs. I just kind of pulled it out to look, and it just looked like the regular one to me. And I pushed it back, and I said, maybe I'll look again. And I pulled it out and realized it was the Super. Almost left it. I can't tell you how close I was to leaving that one. So that was cool. GT40 I never found. This one I've never seen. I never found. So saw some new bins. This is the Jeepster Commando or something like that, right? So that one's actually this one, you know, and that was cool. They kind of incorporated the 25TH on the logo there, right? And then this one, I didn't find it when it was out, right? When it first came out, Porsche 918, but I have found 3 cents, all at Kroger stores, all within the last month. So kind of a crazy one too. I wonder if people just missed it or something because the first one I found was in a totally picked over bin, and it was in the bottom of this. Like there were bins everywhere. I think I showed a picture of it on Instagram. There were like 3 bins. There were like 3 side panel things or whatever, shippers, and then there was a 2-sided shipper that had basics and premium in it, and most of it was just gone, and this thing was just lying kind of on the floor next to it. Kind of crazy. You find most of the supers in Utah, Lamley? Yeah, because I do most of my traveling around Utah, but I found others in other states too. All right, that one is kind of nice. This one, so that means I'm what, 2 for 4 there, and then I found this one, so I'm 3 for 5. Found this one at the same Walmart I found the Demon in a bin. Was surprised to pull it. So this one has the 4-spoke. I lived in Logan, Utah as a kid. Mississippi Logan's really pretty. So that's the Honda CRX. I think, isn't it blue and red, the regular, and then the Super's the black and red? So that was one I found, so I'm 3 for 5. Now I'm going to be on a run of Supers I have not found for quite a while. Didn't find this one. Saw this set all over the place in some Dollar Trees, right? And it seemed like there were a billion of these basics, but not the Super. Love the Argyle styling on the top. It has kind of that Mazda 787 kind of tribute kind of look kind of thing. Loosely based, right? This is a nice one. This one's also been a regular treasure hunt years ago. So we've never seen it in premium, but we've seen it now as a regular and as a Super. Has it been a Zamac? I can't remember. I don't think so. So there's that one. Never found it. Here's this one. Also never found it. This is the first one that was ever an opposite color from its regular. Obviously the regular was white and the Super was blue. So Unique in that way. You just found that one at Dollar Tree. Malnati's found 10 of the CRX. See, it just isn't funny how you just kind of get lucky with one. I like me and that Porsche. I found just a ton of them. This GTR is awesome. It's got the taillights, the headlights, the racing stripe, tribute, 50th anniversary tribute. Just a great model. Great model. Okay, Audi Quattro. Wish I would have found this one. Never did. Found some cases actually at a Kroger once and unopened. 3 of them. Opened them. No super. I was hoping, but I didn't find it. So this is one of those that's like, I guess this is the only one this year that's kind of, again, there's others that are kind of plain, but this one's close. Similar to the wagon, was it last year, 2 years ago? Right? RS6. This one's had a good year also because it had the car culture version. So there's that one. Then this one, I think I found, I never found this super, but I saw some shippers at Walgreens. Oh, it looks like this one, is that the, oh, okay. I was going to say that window looked like it was sticking out, like I had a broken one, but no. Nice colors on that one, but I actually like the regular better on this one. See, I shouldn't make those comments. But that happens. That's happened a few times. TH is on the roof. We've already done the 57, so back to these are ones that I have actually found. So I found one of these on my run of finding 5 supers the other day. Beginning of November. This one, it was a Kroger store, and I saw a bin. It was 2-sided shipper and 2 bins, and one bin looked way picked over. There could have been stuff at the bottom, but I didn't dig. The other one, the cards were kind of positioned like out of the case, so I was like, oh, that looks fresh. It doesn't always mean it's brand new. It could mean that there was a collector there who got to open the cases and then found what they wanted and just dumped the rest, which in the bin, which I've done before. You just do it nicely. But I started digging. I found an ID Chase, and I was like, well, maybe if I found the ID Chase, maybe there's a super here. And way at the bottom, and if you look at my Instagram reels, you'll see I actually saw it, and I pulled out my phone and started filming, and then pulled it out, and I was right. It was a super. So this is that new casting. And here's the Galaxy. I found 2 of these that same day on unopened shippers. They let me open them, and I said, if I place the shippers for you, they said, yeah. And so each shipper had one in it. So that was kind of lucky. And I like the Ford Galaxy a lot. It's one of my favorite American car castings from Hot Wheels. And I think, didn't we see some? It's going to be a mail-in. Did I see that get leaked? I shouldn't comment on that, but looks really good. The Galaxy. My father owned, I think 1 year before or after that, the 65. And then, of course, Demon we've already done. And yeah, that's it. So we've done all of them because we've done the Demon, the Pagani, and the Chevelle. All right. Well, there you go. You've seen them all. Start thinking. The poll will be up tonight. And you can start thinking of which one you think is the best. And then after we do supers, while you're voting on those, probably the next couple of days, I'll put up the basics. Best and most disappointing of the licensed Hot Wheels basics. We'll do that same thing for Matchbox, and then we'll do Hot Wheels Premium, best and worst. I don't know if we'll do worse than Hot Wheels Premium because it seems irrelevant. Be favorite and least favorite, I don't know. So, but we'll do that with basic, most disappointing. Maybe we'll do it with Premium. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think that through. All right, so I've got the full set. There we are. Sitting there in the back. We'll be ready. I'm going to go record this video. So look for it tonight. I've seen you guys making comments on mainlines too. That's going to be a tough one. I still don't know if I have my choice. I have some that I think people will predict, but I'm not. I haven't made my full choices in premiums. Holy cow, how are you going to do premium? I mean, look at this. I've got all of these right here. There's the Mini GT up there. I mean, how are we going to figure that out, right? There we put like that. It's a little bit of glare, but that's kind of fun. Gonna mess up here. There we go. I mean, how are we gonna pick a premium? Gonna be hard. And I'm just talking about new models, but you can already see Japan Historics. We had two in Japan Historics. We had the Ford truck and the Grand National. Nothing in that next Fast and Furious. We had the Porsche 959. We had the GTO. We had 3 new ones in the rally set. Where's that? Right there. We have the Acura NSX. We have the Corvette. We have the Mercedes. We have the AE86 and the Alfa Romeo. I think that's it. Because then this one right here is a 2021. So that won't be part of it. So yeah, lots of work to do and lots of hard decisions for you guys to have to make too for these best models. Oh, and there was even like over here that we had the Mercedes. What else did we have? I'm not doing RLC yet. But yeah, we had the Mercedes in the Team Transport. I can't remember if we had any others. Anyway, just incredible year for good stuff. All right, guys. I'm just rambling on now. So, Pest Mainline's the GoPro. This one. I always keep one around. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for just hanging out with me while I opened those up, chatted for a while. I ranted and raved about scalpers. Apologize for that. And look for the Super Treasure Hunt video on the Lamley YouTube channel, hopefully tonight. Fingers crossed that I can get it all done and have it up on time. And then the voting will commence. Thanks, everyone. Bye.